What's up? What's going on, people? It's Christmas Day 2025. I got a Falcon shirt on. Red hat. I had this Falcon shirt way before Michael Penix Jr. came on the team. I just got to keep wearing stuff that makes my videos stand out for me. But anyway, it's Christmas. So I'm home chilling like everybody else, having a cold one. Merry Christmas to you and your family. So we got football today, people. Some games and teams that aren't in the playoffs. But it's Thursday, and the NFL's like, football, Thursday. We don't care what day it is. I mean, but it is, Christmas, New Year. If it's Thursday and the football season is in effect, then you're going to be playing. So, anyway, y'all know who this is, Black Quarterback Forum people, BQF. That's me, A Dizzle. Yours truly, Alex. So, y'all know I go over the stats. I'm still going to go talk about the stats, but it's said and done for a lot of teams. Pretty much all the teams. There's a couple teams that could make the playoffs that aren't in the playoffs now, like with Carolina and Tampa Bay. If Carolina loses, Tampa Bay will get in. So, but anyway, in the AFC, same. We only got one team, and that's Jersey. CJ. Yep. And I got the Panther jersey over there. That was when Teddy Bridgewater. That's not Bryce Young. So these are the five teams. You got Panthers, CJ Stroud, only AFC, Williams, Caleb, my man Jordan Love, and Jalen Hurts. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Who's actually in? I think outside of Houston and Carolina, those other three are pretty much in. So took out my earring. My ear be bothering me from time to time. Anyway, it's a festive season, and man, I'm just drinking and Gary cooked me a big fat old steak after this. Yes, sir. Yes, I am. But anyway, it's that time of the year. Everybody's in a festive mood, so we talking football. That's what we do. It's football games being played today, and I just took my time. These are the last couple of weeks of the season. I don't need to rush to make a video about who done what. Pretty much playoff teams are set. As long as there's black guys playing football, I'm gonna talk about it. You know, so it is what it is. Oh, before I get into just last week's winning quarterbacks and losing, my man Jason Whitlock, former college player, and I don't know if he made the pros, but he's got a big platform. Used to be on TV, ESPN, but he talked about a lot of the black quarterbacks and being DEI hires and compared them to that. I guess I didn't really listen to what he had to say. I mean, I think me and that guy's close to an age. And he knows, man, back in the early 90s, before the year 2000, there was hardly any black quarterbacks in. I don't think anybody in the league, that is. I don't think any team is going out and saying, oh, we got to do a DEI hire at quarterback. That's ridiculous. So there are a lot of teams with black quarterbacks that ain't going to make the playoffs this year. Well, before black quarterbacks in the league, it was all white players. Okay? So his argument makes no sense. And I don't, he's got a big platform. Me, I'm very, 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 very small. So it just makes no sense. I mean, because when I was a kid, born in 64, I'm 61 years old. So about 1970, I'm 6 years old, early 70s. There was no black quarterbacks playing. Okay? I mean, yeah, Marlon Briscoe for the Broncos, but he didn't have that for like 3-4 years going, and we knew. And then there was people in Pittsburgh. Man, I forget his name will come to me in a moment, but outside of those cats, I mean, it really wasn't no dominant stretch of black quarterbacks in the 70s and early 80s. And we had some pop up. But anyway, I mean, I just think it's kind of crazy that he would say that. Even if you say it, I mean, or feel it, I don't think it's true. Or basically, people are drafting a black quarterback to satisfy DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, whatever the hell it stands for. Like to do in a regular workforce. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, have there been a lot of black quarterbacks that have Came into the NFL in the last 20 years since 2000, 2025, or I mean, excuse me, 25 years since 2000. And I have every black quarterback since Denver. Even before Denver, there was a couple that was in the league, but I don't think they was drafted. But my man, Marlon Briscoe, I believe that's his name, was drafted as a quarterback. He didn't play much, but I have him and every black quarterback that had every black player that was drafted as a quarterback listed at my website. It's over 100 and something. So, yeah, it's picked up the last 4 or 5 years. So, but anyway, just to say they're DI makes no sense. Anyway, I just had to say that for those that watch me. You go out there and look at it. His name comes in. My mind be going, man. I'm getting older because you can see all the gray. Watching football for a long time. Jason Whitlock, that's his name. You can go check it out. I think he's got like I said, a big platform out there on X. I do a little small X for that, not the big X. So it's Thursday. It's Christmas Day, people. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Arizona, and it's noon on the East Coast, and just 9 o'clock in LA. Yo, yeah, I got the Falcons on. Some football, man. I tell you, it ain't an easy game, huh? And just look at these winning quarterbacks here. This last weekend, Jalen Hurts solidified the Eagles as that division, the East. Started out with 4 black quarterbacks. We still got 3. Russ, I ain't even read nothing about Russ Wilson in New York. He's gone. Maybe he's done with his career. Why even pick Russ up at this point? Let him just ride off to the sunset and be like done. You know, is it second black quarterback? Yeah, it was the second to win a Super Bowl. We all know Doug Williams was the first, right? Y'all know that. Oh, excuse me. So Patrick Mahomes was the third. Jalen Hurts was the fourth. Just 4 black quarterbacks. I'm saying 4. So that DEI bullshit can't. I mean, but what's funny about the NFL, right? I'll get back to my quarterbacks and their statistics from week 16, game 15, week 16. Oh, jeez. Oh, the statistics of the number of black players in the NFL. It is, I've seen it range from anywhere to mid 50s to close to 70, 67, 68. I technically don't know the exact number. I'm not out there doing the research, but quarterbacks alone are like, it's not 50-50. It's not 16 solid starting black quarterbacks, but it was at the beginning of the season, and obviously several had dropped off. But it might be 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there. It's about like 93, 90% of the quarterbacks, or not 90%, 50, close to 50 of 32 starting quarterbacks. It's 32 teams. Close to 16 are black. So that'd be 47, 48, 46, whatever that number is. But you lump those black quarterbacks with the rest of the black players, then that number, obviously anyone knows, is it's more black guys in the NFL. My point is, it's more black guys in the NFL than it is white guys. But white guys own the league and run the league and all the teams. I don't know if there's a minority owner somewhere out there in Miami or New Orleans. Who the hell knows? I don't keep up with all that shit. Don't care. I just like talking about the black quarterbacks because like I keep telling everybody, when I was a child back in the 60s and 70s, there was no black quarterback. So all you young kids now, I love it for all y'all. All these black quarterbacks. It's amazing. Try to stay as clean as possible with the verbiage. It's Christmas Day. A red Santa. I just so I know my videos when I see them. Anyway, so Jalen Hurts. Oh, that QBR number. Oh, I got something to go over. But Jalen Hurts, this is last week's game. We got games tonight. I'm in slow motion here as I get older. my once a week video. So he was 22 for 30, 185 yards. He was 6.2 average throwing the ball and 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. He was sacked 2 times for -7 yards. So he had about 190 or 178, somewhere around there as far as the passing. Because you know them sack yards come off the total passing yards. I don't never write the number down. I just talk about it. He had a QBR of 76.6. Pretty good. And a rating of 111.1. 1111, one of my favorite numbers. So that's Jalen Hurts. His numbers. Check it out. Caleb Williams. He was 19 for 34, 250 yards, a little bit more yardage, 7.4 average down the field, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs, was sacked 0 times. His QBR, ooh, we climbing. This is one of the highest ones I've seen for Caleb. 81 QBR. His rating was 98.9. He didn't have over. How he does not have over 100 on the rating, but the QBR, it makes zero sense. Wait till I get to some of the other QBRs. The losing quarterback. I just wrote down the QBR because I didn't want to write down all their stats. These are just the winning, which brings me to another point. We have not had more than 6 black quarterbacks win in a week, and it's only been a couple of weeks this season. Because at my website, I have these I call them panels. You can do pictures and images. You can do a couple of different things. So I just put a picture of the winning quarterback, and been hard to find 6 each week. Gotta go look for them. You know what game they won. I mean, I got pictures of catch that Puka. Ooh, this is my left. Oh, this is my right. That catch that Puka Nacua had, man, a couple weeks ago. I think it was against the Falcons. That dude is unreal. So anyway, these QBR ratings. Cam Ward. He beat the Chiefs without Patrick. Which the Chiefs, speaking of red, my man Chris Oladokun. Oladokun. I went researching it. His daddy is black and mama's white. I don't know where his daddy from, but he's a black man. And I just went looking at. Because that's another team where a black is backing up a black, and I'll talk about those here in a moment. But and Cam had decent numbers though. He was 21 for 28, 228 yards, 8.1 average down the field, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. He was sacked 2 times for -16 yards, so that come off that 228, about 212. His QBR 34.5. His rating 122.3. And his numbers not as similar to Caleb. A few less yards passing total overall. And see the QBR. His is 34.5. Why? Why so low? He's getting a 50. And the QBR is rough. It is. These are the winning quarterbacks, okay? Bryce Young. And the jersey, that is a Carolina Panther jersey. That's the Teddy Bridgewater. I didn't want Bridgewater name showing because Bridgewater's not quarterbacking them right now. He ain't in the playoffs. But that's Carolina Panther jersey, right? For Bryce Young. Okay? He was 21 for 32, 191 yards. He was 6 point yards down the field, 2 touches, 0 INTs. He was sacked 2 times for -17, so that come off that 191 and make it about 174 or whatever. Yeah. His QBR 72.4. His rating was 107.5. His QBR is twice as much as Cam Ward's. That's crazy. See that's that. At the end of the day, if your team is winning and you're in the playoffs, you got low key. Who cares, right? But I wonder if when they go to their meetings and they go to the meetings for a new contract, just Coach, and then they pull out QBR 30.0. It's not that good. I mean, what is the QBR be killing them? That was Bryce Young, okay? And then CJ Stroud, they changed their uniforms like 8 times since I bought that jersey. They need to stop changing the fucking Houston uniform. They got so many different fucking uniforms. I mean, you're a professional football team. That's the Green Bay Packers or the Dallas Cowboys. We're the same looking shit. Chicago Bears. Other than them Thursday night, Monday night, super night fucking games, there's some of these teams, 49ers. I got a 49 jersey. I got my man Colin Kaepernick. Whatever y'all think of him. 49er jersey. And it looks relevant today. Same one kid'll be wearing. I mean, so Houston, stop changing your fucking jerseys so much, okay? Anyway, CJ, he was 23 for 35, 187, 5.3 yards down the field, 1 touch, 0 INTs. They tried to sack him, but they couldn't. He was 0 for 0. His QBR 71.9, his rating 88.6. So I mean, I don't know what they're looking for. I did go over those numbers, the QBR and the the ratings. My first year of doing this, I ain't dug up those videos, but it don't matter. I mean, if CJ don't make the playoffs, doesn't matter what his QBR is, as long as they keep winning, right? They the only one in the AFC. The rest of those is the NFC. So, and I hope Bryce Young do make it to the playoffs. I don't see them going far, but still, I'm rooting for all the black guys. It should be plain. It should be the black quarterback forum. What the fuck else would I be rooting for? You know? Okay. We had a long list of losing black quarterbacks. I'll just touch on them real quickly. And then their QBRs. So Marcus Mariota, I know technically he's Hawaiian, just like Tua, but Tua looked black in all his profile pictures on the NFL. Marcus, he probably pass as white guy in the dark. But they, me, Hawaiians, I call them blacks. But they lost. But his QBR, well, it wasn't higher than Cam's, who was 25.6. That's just his QBR. I ain't got time to write down all the stats. They lost that game to the Eagles. But Jordan Love and Malik Willis, you got black filling in for black. I think Jordan Love had the 81.5. I wrote it down. Maybe that's a combination of both of theirs. But, man, that game there with the Bears, it wasn't your fault, Malik. Malik, he came in and played well. But that's where a black quarterback is backing up another black. And I'll just get down to it. Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley had a 34.4. It's almost the same as Cam's, 34.5. I'm talking about the QBR rating. But that's a situation where a black quarterback is backing up a black. And the same thing in Kansas City, where my man's actually starting now. He's going to finish the rest of the season. Chris Oladokun. I'm sorry with the pronunciation of his last name. But he looks black. His daddy black and mama white. So y'all know how it go. Black daddy, that sperm, any kind of woman, it's a black guy. So, same thing with Patrick Mahomes. And you got a black daddy, and you got a white mama. So that's 3 situations where you have blacks backing up a black quarterback. The other losers, Shedeur Sanders, they be rough on my man Shedeur. I guess because of his daddy and the way he came into the league. But I tell you, I'm a root for the brother. Because he black. Man, look, I'm going to say this, and I say it to a lot of people I talk to in personal, but the Browns was for the brothers. Back in the day, I'll never forget to always read my book in, and I'm reading. They pretty much told the league, we're going to root and hire and draft black guys. Okay? You either like it or you don't. So, and they have been, and they've, oh man, if you look at the Browns quarterback list from like, just go back 5, 10 years, 50, man, man, they got, okay, in the complete opposite end of the spectrum is the Packers. In the last 30 years, they're going on their third quarterback. Other teams in 30 years have had 30 quarterbacks. It's crazy. I'm just saying, I don't even have time to go into that. But just go look at the quarterbacks for the Packers for the last 30 years. Well, you got Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now you got Jordan Love. I mean, you had a couple fill in when those players may have been hurt, but they weren't the starter. When you go look at the team like the Browns, it's like, it is so many names. Anyway, so if Shador can hang on and keep that job, fantastic. I know they got to do with my man, who they're paying. I can't think of his name. Will come to me in a second. I've been seeing articles about him. Uh, Shador is in my brain, on top of my head. Deshaun Watson. Uh, oh man, no, I can't. His name was just running through my mind. Same time as Shador. Uh, Watson. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They just paid him millions to just rehab. So, but anyway, I can't think of his first name. Oh my mind, my mind be going in and out. So Shador Sanders is the quarterback, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, uh, the other quarterback they got, the brother named Watson. I can't think of his first name, but they're paying him. Y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. They're paying my man, and he ain't playing. I've been seeing some articles about him getting healthy and which way they're gonna go. Who knows? But Dakota Prescott, Dak had a 76.1 QBR in a losing effort to the Los Angeles Chargers. The $60 million man, I made jokes, $6 million man all season long, but I mean, I gotta say, athletic contracts at the pro level, especially basketball and baseball, they just dwarf what Dak is making in 40 million, or 240 million. I'm sorry, for 3 years. So you got baseball and basketball contracts, you just dwarf that. But I know Jerry Jones was hoping that Dak would take them to the Super Bowl. He ain't get nowhere close. They ain't even make the damn playoffs. They eliminated with 2 games left in the season. The very beginning of me starting this website, I broke down Dak's career. My man Jared Goff, who's at this time he was with the Rams. He got traded to the Lions, and Kirk Cousins, who was at the times with the Vikings, I believe. So but they maybe not my man in Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, but Jared Goff. He's had a better career over Dak. He went to the Super Bowl one time. He took his team to the Super Bowl. He lost. Dak ain't got nowhere close. So, but my point here is during the season, they'll always be like, "Well, Dak is better." This team ain't even got a chance for the damn playoffs. So I'm just saying with Dak, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's a good quarterback, yeah, but can't get to the big game. Can't even get close to the NFC Championship. Kobe Brissett with the foul. I mean, with the with the Cardinals, another bird. But he put up good numbers. He didn't have the greatest QBR this past week, just at 30. But he put up a fight. The Cardinals are just horrible, man. Since I've been in Arizona, I've been out here 34 years now. I talked about the Cardinals when I first came. They are just, I mean, they went to the Super Bowl with Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald, and the rest of them players. And they almost got close to winning. But besides that year, they ain't been nowhere close. And then Geno Smith with the Raiders. He had a 75.8 QBR, which is unbelievable. I mean, that's just totally unbelievable. I'm like, really? And I know they played the Texans close, but I don't think anybody who was betting on that game would have bet that the Raiders was going to win. Even the Raider fans. I don't know where the game was played, but hell, it could have been played on the moon. The Raiders, they'll always forever be the Oakland Raiders to me because when I was a young boy, a little kid, they were in Oakland. I know Oakland. They've been gone from Oakland for a moment. But I have friends who were Oakland Raider fans. Ken Stabler back in the day, you know. Um, they ain't been nowhere close since. They did go to the Super Bowl. Were they on the Super Bowl, I believe? I forget the quarterback's name, but they lost. And that was sometime in the 90s. I can't think of his name, but so much going through my mind. No, and that's it. I pretty much talked about Lamar and Tyler Huntley. It's one of the teams with black quarterback backing up a black quarterback. And Jordan Love and Malik Willis, baby. So, Merry Christmas to you and yours, and we'll see what happens in these last 2 weeks of the NFL. Those are the four black quarterbacks in the playoffs, and then over there at Panther jersey, I didn't want my man's name shown because it's not the actual quarterback that's playing for the team right now. That'll be Bryce Youngums. Okay, so good luck. We'll see what happened in the last 2 weeks, people. BQF, Black Quarterback Forum. Take care. Enjoy your Christmas.